to see you, Terry. How are you today?
I'm good.
Good. So, yeah, as we had talked about last week, we are moving towards a conclusion of our relationship. We're moving to a conclusion of our time together. So, your insurance company has, paid for a certain number of meetings, and today is the last one. So you and I had discussed that you don't feel that we don't need to make a request to extend them. You feel that this is enough, and I would say that I agree based on the meetings that we've had thus far and the progress that has been achieved, and all the great goals that you've achieved as well. So with that, I would just officially say that we are ending as of today. So I wanted to talk a little bit about where we have been and where we are now. So if we just kind of reflect back to the first time that you and I met, where were you at that moment? What were you experiencing at that time?
I was real anxious and
Yeah.
nervous and sleep deprived and not eating and really kind of just out of sorts all over the place.
Yeah, and with your job, you said you were very distractible.
Yeah.
You were having a difficult time focusing. And there was a cause for this that we think maybe contributed to it. And what was that again?
It was seeing all the Gabby Petito stuff on TV and feeling like maybe I didn't know my fiance very well if she had that happening to her.
Sure, yeah. So that caused an awful lot of anxiety with you. Noticeable changes, in the healthy, normal, active lifestyle that you had engaged in before. And so it prompted you to come visit. And so we were able to set up a bunch of different goals, and we were able to move through a process of, you had identified some active steps that you were able to take to get away from that particular stressor, to make sure that you had a break from all of the inundation that you were feeling with that, and then also put some time aside to take some self-care steps as well. And your feedback throughout all of that was positive, that you were able to participate in all of those. So let's talk a little bit about some of those strategies that you've been able to really develop and continue throughout this time.
So, well, I've been watching a lot less TV.
Okay.
And I've stopped checking. I turned off my news notifications on my phone. Yeah. So that I don't get those throughout the day. So I've been able to avoid that, and I've been, if I can't avoid it, like if my fiance's watching the news or anything, I go in the other room or go upstairs, and I've been cooking more, so I'm eating better. Yeah, and so those were, and the stressor itself has kind of dissipated, out of the public news forums, where that's not even confronting you as much as it had. But even with that being said, you've carried on some of these new habits in terms of just avoiding the news altogether, or at least, as much as you can, while still, being informed. So where do you feel that you are right now in terms of everything? I'm doing okay. I'm sleeping pretty good. So we're planning the wedding. Good. So moving forward. Big step, yeah. And I can tell too that you have more confidence. You seem to be less, there's just a sense of relief that I can see over the time that we've spent together. So I think that you've done a great job of identifying the goals and keeping up with them. We maybe take a setback here and there, but you're still focused on your health, your well-being, and being able to remediate all of the challenges that you had before. So I think that's a really great positive. So you said that you're moving forward with the wedding, okay? Where are you, just not only the wedding, but where do you see yourself moving forward? What do you see as the positives in your life going forward? Well, I'm back to feeling like, my fiance's not going to come around and kill me anymore, and trusting that he is who he always has been. So I'm not so scared or worried about that. I think that, the case has got me really nervous that, people were sneaking around and it just kind of fed into that fear of it. Okay. I'm not feeling that anymore. Okay. So with that case, no longer a consideration for you, what obstacles do you see for yourself? What hiccups to the progress that you've made do you anticipate you may experience or encounter going forward? I just Just kind of a little bit of stress here and there, just planning everything and getting everything all in order again, because we kind of had a little bit of a delay when I was putting stuff off from before, so.
Okay.
I think we're gonna have some more of a time crunch now, but
Gotcha.
I think we can do it.
Yeah, and that's natural, you know, with such a big life event to experience the normal stressors that come along with that. I would think that we may have a challenge going forward in terms of any other negative news stories that may present themselves that maybe have a particular similarity to the Gabby Petito case as well. So I would just continue to reflect that that may be a stressor that we may encounter once again, and the tools and methods that you've put into place for that particular case are always immediately available to you for any stressor that may occur. So, okay, well that sounds good. Was there anything beyond what we've already discussed? We've gone through the genogram, we've gone through the eco map, we've gone through all of the goals and the techniques that you've used. Is there anything beyond that that you wanted to review before we officially terminate?
I don't think so. I think I'm in an okay place now.
Okay, well, very good. Yeah, and like I say, I can tell you feel more confident. You feel there's just an air of relief about you. And sure, there's stress associated with the wedding planning and trying to catch up from all the time that you had missed before, but I can totally see a positive change. So that's really great on your end. Okay, and then just to talk, if we happen to see each other again, remember we are concluding our professional relationship now. So whereas the clinic and I were available to you during the course of the sessions, we're not immediately available to you after our meeting today, okay? If you do find yourself in the future needing to revisit formal counseling and therapy sessions, then we are available to restart the relationship, but the formal relationship will be ending today. Okay, you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that, I think we're done. You've got no additional needs from me, and I just want to say I'm really happy with the progress that you've made.
Well, I appreciate that I was able to see you, and I like the help that you gave me, so
Very
that was
good.
good.
Fantastic. All right.
Okay.
Well, okay.